Hello everyone, it's time for another Hour of Devastation draft video. I'll be jumping into the queue and I'll be back with you when the draft begins. Which is immediately. Okay, Jeru is not the best rare to open. He's good if you get a Planeswalker. He's close to unplayable if you don't have one. He's just a very mediocre creature if you don't have one. So Farm to Market's good. But I think Ominous Sphinx might just be better. It is close, and obviously Farm is better than Sandblast because it's just like strictly better than Sandblast because it just straight up kills things. And Sandblast does not always kill things. It kills most things though. So I think we take this Sphinx here. It's just a very powerful creature. Creates all sorts of combat problems for your opponent too. Whether you actually have cycling in your hand or not, they kind of have to think about every attacker more than they normally would. So I will take Ominous Sphinx. I think it's just a little bit better than Farm to Market. I guess if I could always guarantee I'd be able to play both halves of Farm to Market, it might inch ahead of Ominous Sphinx, but it's close. And I can't guarantee I would play the Sphinx either, but I'm more guaranteed to play a monocolored card than a two-colored card. Although you can just play the Farm half and have that be a very good card, but I think if you're just playing the Farm half, it's probably not quite better than the Sphinx. All right, I'd probably take Aerial Guide here. There's a Puncturing Blow, though, and that is a good card. Aerial Guide is close to being as good as Puncturing Blow. It might be better, but I could either keep in blue, which isn't the worst plan ever, or I could take a red card that isn't that much stronger than the blue card that I want to take. Really between those two cards. Bitterbow Sharpshooters is okay, so is Frontline Devastator, but there's not. These two cards are easily the best in the pack. And I guess I'll take Puncturing Blow. That's probably the responsible thing to do, as much as I like Aerial Guide. Could be blue-red spells. Wouldn't mind doing that. I've had fun with that deck in this format so far. I don't think I've actually recorded one with the deck yet, though. But it's a pretty fun color pair. Yeah. Still don't have a trophy in this format, by the way. I've gone 2-1 roughly 1 million times, but I haven't managed to do better than that, which is kind of weird. And I've gone 0-2 and 1-2 once each, but everything else has been a 2-1. So Hollow One is good. Not great, but we already have one card that pays us off for cycling. There's also a Lethal Sting, which is probably just going to be better than Hollow One. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Yeah, it's probably just going to be better than Hollow One to take Lethal Sting. It's just such a good removal spell. Vizier of the True is good too, but it's been a little underwhelming. I think it's underperformed, mostly because the Exert deck isn't quite as good as it used to be. It can be if you get a lot of good cards in Pack 3, but Hollow One's fine, but I think Lethal Sting is better. Now, granted, I'm basically guaranteed to play Hollow One, not guaranteed to play Lethal Sting. But I think I'll still take the Sting, see where the draft takes us. Well, I think I'll take Unquenchable Thirst here. Gilded Ceradon's okay. Thirst is nice, though, because it's a removal spell. Scrounger of Souls isn't great. There are 3 playable blue cards here. We do want to get some deserts. We've passed a few, but you definitely need You need at least a couple deserts to feel good about Unquenchable Thirst being in your deck. And I think that is what I'll take over Sandblast here. Okay. Well, here I'd probably take Kenra Eternal. The red-white gold card's good, but I don't know that we're there. Not sure red's going to be a color I'm playing either. I think we just take the Kenra. I like it more than Lurching Rot Beast, even though we do have a cycling payoff. Yeah, we'll take the Rot Beast. Or the Kenra Eternal, that is. My cat is not happy with me not paying attention to her. Okay, there's a Survivor's Encampment, which is a desert. There is also Defiant Kenra, Gilded Ceradon, Chandra's Defeat. There's also a Marauding Bone Slasher, which is fine. We already have one zombie. I'll probably take the Bone Slasher over a desert that I don't love. But that desert can help you fix, which is nice. I wish this desert were on color for me, but it is not. I think I'll take Ruin Rat here. The black seems reasonably open. So does green. Blue, meanwhile, haven't seen much of it, unfortunately. Steadfast Sentinel's fine. We're taking a card that's not in a color we've already drafted, I think, here, because Blur Blades is fine and certainly playable, but I think Harrier Naga is probably better, so that's what I'll take. Okay, well, there's a desert. So I might take that. There's also a decent white card here. White seems pretty open. I mean, Jero's not great, but Mummy Paramount is. I could take the Hippo, but I think I'm going to take the desert. I feel like that'll pay off, has a better chance of paying off. Sharpshooters came back, so I'd say green is open. Seems like we're going to be black-green now, despite how our first two picks went. Based on what looked open there at the end of the pack anyway. That's what it looks like to me. Black-green isn't a super synergistic deck anymore. Has a little bit of -1/-1 counter synergy, but not as much as it had in Triple Amonkhet, so yeah. Yeah, I'll take Sidewinder Naga, or I could have another desert. Another desert, Gift of Strength, or Sidewinder Naga. All three are a good sign that green's open. I think I'm actually going to take another desert. There's enough payoff for having deserts that grabbing, yeah, and see, I get a good combat trick here or a Dune Diviner, both of which are playable. I think I'm going to take the trick over the Diviner. I don't love the Diviner. It is a desert payoff, but it's not a very big one. Yeah, I know, I'm not paying attention to you. Enough attention to you. I have the neediest cat ever. As you can hear. She's sitting next to me now, at least. But, yeah, I mean, this first pack has gone fine. I like the deserts. It's going to make, if we get any of those Naga, Sidewinder Nagas, a lot better. And yeah, another Harrier Naga is a great sign about green. I mean, this card is certainly boring, but a 3-mana 3/3 is, with no downside, is not something that you always have access to. And really no color but green has it, at least not at the lower rarities. So it is a large creature for its cost. We actually have another 3-mana 3/3, but it does have a downside. Grind to Dust. Card's so good. Oh, I'm not playing either of those colors. Oh no, I am playing black. I could try to splash white. I'm in green, so that's not impossible. So I think that's probably what I take. Yeah, Vial of Manifestation, Merciless Eternal are fine. I like Aerial Guide better than both of them, though. Yeah, this best card in this pack that's not Grind to Dust, which is an amazing card, is Aerial Guide. We're going to take Grind to Dust and try to pick up a little bit of fixing so we can cast both halves. If we can only cast one half, it's still a solid card. It's just not, like, amazing. Okay. We've got a Quarry Beetle here. We've also got another Desert and Hashep Oasis and another Sidewinder Naga. Quarry Beetle's fine. And I do have 2 lands that cycle, so he seems like a reasonable choice. But I might just take another Desert here over... Oh, no, there's another Lethal Sting. Never mind. Lethal Sting it is. No reason to talk about anything else there. Lethal Sting is just a great removal spell. It is sort of crappy when you have Ruin Rat, but the rest of our creatures can take a -1/-1 counter without dying, so... And we already have 2 deserts. I mean, getting more would be nice. If that Oasis comes back, I would definitely take it, but we don't necessarily need more. Well, I might take one here. Another Desert of the Indomitable here. Hippo's fine, but not great. Kenner Eternal's fine, but not great. So I think just taking another Desert that cycles is fine. These cycling deserts are all a lot better than they look. That's something I've been trying to stress. Some people have asked me about it in the comments. They come into play tapped, yes, and that's a bit of a downside. I probably don't want more than the 3 that come into play tapped, but the nice thing about them, the flip side, is that in the late game, when you draw them, you can just cycle them. You can't do that with your normal land when you're flooding. So that is a nice bonus that they have. It's not all downside to play one. It's actually not downside at all between cycling payoffs, desert payoffs, and the fact that it just cycles in the late game. Those are all good things. Oh, gosh. So embarrassment of riches here. Ronus' Last Stand and Ambuscade are good. I think I like Ambuscade more than Ronus' Last Stand. Which might sound a little crazy, but this is a good card, and it's the second best card in this pack, but Ambuscade is an incredible removal spell. It's very close, and if I could play Ronus' Last Stand on turn 2 every game, then I would, but there's no guarantee that I do. So I'm going to go ahead and take Ambuscade here. So yeah, Ambuscade I think is an okay choice. Oh, Ronus' Stalwart. That's what I want here for sure. All day. We don't have any desert payoffs, which is kind of funny. We've passed several. Oh, hello, black, green, gold card. Yes, please. And we already have 3 ways of making -1/-1 counters. And pack 3 will give us even more. So these are both solid cards, but the black, green, gold card's better. This spider is just better. Another desert, but I don't really want that one. Probably just Kenra Eternal. I could take Beneath the Sands to try to help me splash the Dust Half, which isn't the worst. But I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to grab the Eternal. Sharpshooters or a Hippo. I think I want another Sharpshooters more. And there's a Beneath the Sands that I'll probably... Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know that I'm going to play it. Grizzly Survivor's not terrible, but our 3s are all going to be better in this particular deck since we don't have much in the way of cycling. Okay, well there's a Sidewinder Naga. I think I like it more than Quarry Beetle. It's a 3-drop. We've already got 3 deserts, and it'll be a 4/2 all the time. And this is defeat. While I wouldn't mind having one for my sideboard, is the worst of the defeat cycle, so I don't really need to be worried about it. But I would love to pick up just a little bit of fixing. I did just pass a desert that would allow me to fix, which may have not been the best plan, because just having access to white would be great. You know, I don't always have to have it, but once I do, I'll be pretty happy. I would run like 1 Evolving Wilds and a Plains, basically. I'm going to take this rare card, because why not? It's not very good and limited, but I think this could be the kind of card that ends up just being broken in older formats, like Modern and other non-rotating formats. I'll take a Dune Diviner. Why not? Just because it has a potential to draw you like 15 cards after you make a bunch of mana and just win you the game. But I'm certainly not an expert in Constructed, but it seems like it could be broken there. So that's part of the reason I took it. It may spike it someday and I can sell it. So we have 4 2-drops, which is a decent number for not being done with this pack just yet. Put these deserts over here for now. Yeah, red's pretty open, but I feel like our colors are plenty open too. Because Archer and Moloch are both playable. The Archer, I think I like a little more. So is Kindled Fury. I mean, these are all sort of like 23rd, 24th cards, but they are playable. So they're not like, you know, Life Goes On or... I guess that's the only card we have over there that's... Well, Beneath the Sands doesn't always make the cut, and I don't think it will. It might if we, you know, really want to play Dust, which we probably should really want to do. Wow. So Curator of Mysteries is very good. Trial of Zeal is very good, and so is Cartouche of Strength. We're taking the Cartouche, given the colors we're in. Wouldn't mind Cursed Minotaur coming back, or Quarry Hauler, but we'll take Cartouche of Strength here, for sure. It's a great removal spell. It is very good. Okay, so Painted Bluffs can help us fix, but it does it really poorly. Some people think these are great because it can produce any color and all, and it can, but having to tap 2 mana to produce 1 is not great. Here we're going to take Hooded Brawler. Fanbear is good. Ronus' Monument's good too, but Hooded Brawler is better. And this can help us fix too, but it's even worse than a Painted Bluffs, at least until you get it rolling. And it takes way too long to get rolling. Well, this is a good card, Commit to Memory. These blue cards, both of these are quite good. Meanwhile, for us, this pack isn't so good. We have a Shed Weakness, which is fine, but I'm probably not going to run it. So Wander in Death, I guess. How many creatures do I have with Enter the Battlefield nonsense? None, really. I do have a creature with Death Touch, which is always funny to get back. I'm probably not going to play Shed Weakness. I think there's a better chance I'd play Wander in Death, so I'm going to take it. Could have taken Festering Mummy, I guess, too, but this pack is also not great for us. I think I take Scarab Feast for my sideboard. I'm not seeing any fixing. We passed some in the first 2 packs where there's more of it certainly, but there's some here too. So we're basically just an aggro deck. And yeah, we only picked up 1 desert payoff despite having 3 of them, which is a little sad, but that's okay. Scaled Behemoth, you say? I'd probably take that. I don't have any ramp. Like, I wouldn't mind Naga Vitalist or Ornery Kudu. Or Soul Stinger. Maybe I just want Soul Stinger. I probably just want Soul Stinger. It's just too good. It's so good at trading in this format. The Behemoth is good, but I would have to pick up, to feel good about playing it, I'd have to pick up some more ramp in this pack. I'll play the Soul Stinger either way. Yeah. Soul Stinger it is. Okay. Here, I'd probably take a Kudu. Yeah. Over like Giant Spider and whatnot. Well, we're probably not going to get to play the Dust Half the way things are looking here. Dune Beetle's a reasonable sideboard card. Watchers of the Dead would probably make the cut, though. Unless we pick up another 2, I would play Watchers of the Dead right now. So, it's not a card I love, but Dune Beetle's definitely... When this deck was better, when you had 3 packs of Amonkhet and you had lots of creatures like Soul Stinger that came into play and put counters on your creatures, the Dune Beetle was better playable, but in this newer format where there's a lot less of this and this, it's not nearly as good. Warfire Javelineer is good. So here, do I take Painted Bluffs and just plan on running it so I can at least have a source of white? Like I said, I don't love it, but I'm running this either way, so having a source of white is good, and I like it more than a Washra Cultivator. So the answer, I think, is yes. Okay. Well, Bitterblade Warrior came back. I'm down for that 2-drop, so we might actually cut Watchers of the Dead. Yeah, we're just in a black-green aggro deck with a little bit of -1/-1 counter nonsense and a little bit of desert nonsense, but not a lot of either. But yeah, I think we run the bluffs. Like I said, it's not a card I love, but we're going to probably run 17 lands in this deck anyway, so we can have 8 green sources, 8 black sources, and then also run Painted Bluffs. Yeah, I'll take Dune Beetle for my sideboard. Don't want to play Shed Weakness, I don't think. I guess it's good combo with Lethal Sting and stuff, but we only have 1 X1 in our deck, right? Yes. Oh, I guess we have this Desert Payoff. It's just so underwhelming that I forgot about it. Yeah, so we probably need to cut 1 card, and it probably will be Watchers of the Dead. And this will probably be our deck. We have some strong green removal, and some strong black removal, and some nice creatures. I'll take this foil. We had a chance at it earlier. Ooh, well. It's going to be challenging to narrow down all these 3s, but I'll be able to do it. Yeah, we have 5 2s. That's enough, I think. 6 wouldn't hurt, maybe, so I could think about bringing back in Watchers of the Dead. I love how I got 4 deserts and didn't get any of the really exciting desert payoffs, but, you know, like I said, these being able to cycle on its own is nice upside. So we need to cut 1 card and maybe think about bringing in another 2 for one of our 3s, so maybe cut 2 cards. It might be Dune Diviner. Could also be Wander in Death. I like Wander in Death, okay, but I didn't end up with anything great with them. In fact, well, Soul Stinger, I guess, is good with it, and Ruin Rat's good with it. I could like sight it in and grind your matchups, basically. Yeah. And maybe the other card is Dune Diviner, like I said. If I want to cut another one and just bring in another 2. Which probably wouldn't hurt. We have so many 3s that another 2... Subtracting a 3 for a 2 is probably a good idea. Yeah. Harrier Naga, I think, is just better than Dune Diviner. Yeah. And I think we run 17 lands, and the only source of white we have is our bluffs, sadly. Since we're in green, we had access to a lot of choices, but we didn't get them. But that's okay. Like I said, this is playable without being able to cast Dust. With Dust, it's a bomb. So, and I don't want to add a plains like it's going to want me to. I also don't want quite that many forests because I've already got, yeah, I only want 5 forests. Yeah. Oh, it did put a plains in. It wasn't listening to me. Or I clicked wrong. Yeah, we have 8 and 8 plus Painted Bluffs, which is our only source of white mana. Looks like a fun deck. I'll see you guys in the first match. Hello everyone, we're going into the first match of an hour of Devastation drafts, and we would like to play first. No green mana. That is kind of a problem. So, yeah, I think we have to send it back because there's no green mana, which kind of sucks because this is a pretty good hand otherwise. But yeah, we gotta... this hand's fine, so we'll keep it. We have a desert, so our Sidewinder Naga will be big. Do I want my bluffs? I don't think I do, since we've already got 4 lands in this hand. I don't think I'm gonna play. Oh no, I'm gonna play the desert. Never mind. I can cycle the rest of them, I guess, if I draw them. Okay, I guess I'll play the Ruin Rat. Do I play the Naga first or the Kudu? Probably the Naga. It'll depend on what my opponent plays, though. I mean, if they play like a 2-1 with first strike here. Oh, they played a 4-3. Okay. Well, my Ruin Rat can trade with that, and so can the Naga. So I think I just play him in my turn. So they could have Kindled Fury, but I say let's trade for Kindled Fury. Or Sandblast, okay. That works too. I'm even happier to trade for Sandblast, actually, so I will take it. Okay, well, that's nice. Do I use Ambuscade just to do 1 more damage and kill the Brawler? Doesn't seem terrible, right? Yeah, let's do it. They're tapped out, so, you know, we may not have an opportunity again where I'm not, like, having to play around Magma Spray or something. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a scary card. Well, we attack. And then, do I want to play this desert or cycle it? I kind of need the 5th land. Not really, like, helping me avoid flooding because I drew 2 of them really early this time around. So I think I play the land. I think I play my Kudu here too. He'll put the counter on himself. Although if I put it here, having a 3/4 makes my opponent exert, basically. 3/1 trample's not too bad. Yeah, let's do that. 3/4 is just going to be better. Most likely, anyway, on this board. Trying to decide if he wants to attack and kill my kudu one way or another, or just exert. He's going for the exert, which I think I'm okay with. Okay, that's a little scary, certainly. This is exerted at least. I think I just attack with both my creatures then. And then play our sharpshooters. Yeah, all right. Why couldn't I have drawn this forest and then drawn a Desert of the Indomitable? Would have been nice. Okay, that's pretty gross. Ooh, now that's really gross. So my opponent can hit me for 8 here. I can only swing back for 7. More than 8. No, it's 8. That's interesting. Crap. So they can make 2 things unable to block here, and I will just be dead. So I can drop my opponent to 1, but that's not enough. So yeah, Vizier of the True gets me. All right. No reason to show my Avronis as stalwart. Yeah. Those red-white decks occasionally still come together in this format. Not nearly as much as they used to, but certainly happened there. You know, I don't think this Life Goes On's worth it. Like, if I were going to bring in Life Gain, I'd rather have it be incidental Life Gain, like the Dune Diviner, who is just like a reasonable creature as well, but I don't think I'm going to cut him. I mean, to put him in and cut something for him. I think I'd rather just keep things as is. I don't know why the whole thing moved. All right. Ooh. Meant to click on that X. I would like to play first. Another bad opener we're going to send back. This one's more reasonable. And I would be happy to have you, Mr. Obelisk Spider. Okay, so we're going to play our desert again. We have 2-drop, 3-drop, 5-drop, and a kill spell, so that's not too bad. We also have our white mana, should that matter. Alright, I'm going to attack with the warrior. No exerting, of course. It's not usually worth it to exert unless you're trying to get through a creature. You're going to eat impeccable timing or something. A braid. Well, I am fine with that. Now we're going to play our spider. My opponent has to get to 4 mana before they can really deal with Obelisk Spider, other than Sandblast, I guess. Sandblast will do it. Well, Ambuscade's not quite going to be enough. This has Menace, so I might as well attack. Which is kind of crappy, but I'm not going to be able to block it anyway. There's a chance I'll be able to use Ambuscade on something. But that still won't be enough to take this down. So, oh, actually it would have been. Yeah, it would have been. But it has Menace, so it doesn't really matter. It would have been between Ambuscade and blocking, but I can't block. So, it doesn't matter. This is whenever it deals combat damage, yeah. Just double checking. If it was just whenever, that would be different. Obviously. Okay, I think I attack. Opponent might have Sandblast or something, but I say use Sandblast. And then we'll play Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Yep. They're cycling a desert. 2 deserts even. That's nice for them. Yeah, at this point we would cycle ours if we drew them. Wow. That's a lot of deserts. I think they're like completely flooded, so sucks for them, but cycling. Okay. Attack with both of these. Probably eating a Sandblast. Yeah. I assumed as much. Now we're going to play a creature who can't block at all. Ooh, gross. I hate Catcher's Monument so much, unless I'm the one playing it. It is too good. Yep, now we're going to have to stop attacking with this at least. So we'll attack with the Bone Slasher. Leave man up for Ambuscade. I could just kill the Top-Crop Elite before he can exert it. Although if he exerts it, it's not the end of the world. I can actually block it and put a -1/-1 counter somewhere. Most likely anyway. So I don't think we're super concerned about them exerting. But yeah, this thing is so much better than the other monuments. It's not a very balanced cycle. Ronus's is like the only other one that's playable. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to kill that with Ambuscade, I think. Yeah, let's do this. Making my spider unable to block would be a world of hurt, so doing this makes it so if they attack and even if they exert, I can block and kill the Top-Crop Elite with the damage plus the -1/-1 counter. Assuming our opponent doesn't have Sandblast again or something like it. Yeah, they're just going to exert. And I will take that from that guy. Wouldn't hurt to draw a Grind to Dust right now. Nope. Okay, well, our guy who can't block is going to attack. Because, well, he can't block. We'll play these bluffs finally. Doesn't seem to be going super well for us, you know. I mean, we've managed to not die that last turn thanks to Ambuscade, but yeah, just freaking Oketra's Monument. Such a nightmare to deal with. Seeing like standard play these days. Oh god. That's bad. Am I just dead now? Pretty close. Because he can exert this and attack with everything. Yeah. So, kind of have to block this and take 7. I'm gonna have to draw something awesome. That's enough to keep me alive. Is it though? Because you can't block. You'll untap. No, it's not enough. Yeah, we lost. I mean, just felt like we couldn't do enough to slow our opponent down in both of those games. So we'll see if we can do a little better in the next one. All right, I would like to play first. Another reasonable hand. This time our green is something we have to filter, but we might draw a forest anyway. And even if we don't, we can at least play Watchers of the Dead, right? So could be worse. And we drew a forest anyway. So our Obelisk Spider just did not get to do as much as I would have liked him to in the last game. Opponent just never let me put -1/-1 counters on anything. Okay. Well, our Watchers are going to attack. Maybe this time we'll draw a Grind to Dust, or one of our mini cards that puts -1/-1 counters on things. Even just doing that would feel good. Triggering this ability. Both of our sharpshooters. A really good combat trick. I don't hate this. We definitely need to draw another land soonish. But it's not bad. Okay. Opponent is ramping. Right, well, we did get the other land. Now I don't want to draw any more, okay? So, can I control that? I guess we need one more if we want to grind and dust in the same turn, but unless I draw that, I don't want to draw another land, because I have control over that, you know? Okay, so, we don't have anything to do this turn. We can use Gift of Strength if we want to. Probably won't. Guess our deck has a lot of reach in it, huh? All of it's in my hand this time. So that's 5 mana. Opponent can do a lot with 5 mana, theoretically, at least. Okay, well, it could be worse. Could be a lot worse. I think I just play my sharpshooters. I mean, my opponent, I have multiple creatures who can just block it, and I think that's good. I could hold up mana for Gift of Strength, but I don't think that really feels like it's worth it. Cash up Oasis. Can I use that right away? Would be a weird way to use it, but I don't know. Would I triple block? I don't think so. No, that's not what they're doing. I didn't think it would be. If they put a cartouche or something on this, we're in some trouble. Ramen up Hydra. Okay. I wonder if our opponent also has Gift of Strength. That would be fun, right? I am going to attack. I should probably play my bluffs just so I have another source of green. But, yeah. They're just going to take it. Cool with me. So, yeah, we'll play this, but I'm just going to play another sharpshooters here. And be ready to just get punched in the face by this Hydra. So he can get this Oasis into his graveyard without too much effort. But then he won't have a desert in play, I guess. So it won't be a boost. It'll just be a 4/4 still. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. I do have reach, though. So I could theoretically double block. Just lose a Bitterbow Sharpshooter and kill that. Is it worth it? I'm going to say no and just take the 6 here. Drops us to 14, opponent goes back up to 19. Okay. So I'm going to attack with both sharpshooters again. Well, not again. It's the first turn I attack with both of them, but I'm going to attack with both of them. Do 8. They have Sandblast. Well, I think I just do this. Drop our opponent back to 8. Play Bone Slasher. Of course, you can't really do much on this board. Both of my opponent's creatures are bigger. If our opponent like plays a zombie every turn and keeps getting this back, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Especially on this thing. Two Scroungers of Souls. That's fun. Ugh. That's not what I wanted. No, it is not. So many lands in this world. I don't think I attack. Well, maybe I do. They have Vigilance after all. Yeah, let's do it. Opponent could still have Sandblast or something, but if we can get rid of some of these creatures in combat, we'll be pretty happy. So Wouldn't be too bad. Trade for one. Okay. Wow. So who do we kill? The Lifelinkers, one of the Lifelinkers, or the Hydra? I think the Hydra. Because my Obelisk Spider can block them without dying, and so can my other Bitterbow Archers. Yeah. Opponent does go back up in life there, thanks to Lifelink, but... Cycling. I can't tell what our opponent's splash color is. Since they're running two of these guys, it seems like it's not black, but I think it is black based on the rest of the things they've done. Yeah. It's gotta be black. They're green-white, splash black, but this is a weird thing to splash, although it's working out. That lifelink is obnoxious. Okay. There you are, Hooded Brawler. This time I don't think we do anything. I think we just pass the turn. That's fun. Luckily, my opponent doesn't have a lot going on in their hand, but still not awesome. Okay, well, I think I attack and exert Hooded Brawler. If he wants to double block, we'll kill one of the Lifelinkers. Yeah. Unless he blocks with those two things. I don't see that as very likely, but... yeah. So we'll kill a Lifelinker. Our opponent is going to obviously gain a bunch of life. Yeah, okay. Still, killing a Lifelinker. And we'll play Sidewinder Naga, who can also attack into these things. You haven't seen our lethal stings at all. Oh god, here comes unconventional tactics. The joy. You need to gain more life? Come on. Yep. I'm just going to take it. Unfortunately, I think that's our best option. Taking that in our face. Okay, Ruin Rat's not bad. Our Naga's going to attack. Okay. Play a Ruin Rat in the turn. So now when our opponents play a zombie, they get to drain me, and they get back unconventional tactics. Not good. In case you're wondering. I do have two creatures with reach at least, but... oh, right. That's a zombie. They at least can't cast it this turn. Unconventional tactics, that is. I'm going to have to just chump block with one of my reach creatures at some point, so that's not a lot of fun. I need Grind to Dust so badly. I'll say it again, I need Grind to Dust so badly. That is not the best drawing I've ever done. Just going to end my turn there. So we're going to have to deal with unconventional tactics this time, which is not good. Yeah. We're just going to have to block it. I think I block with my spider, sadly. We at least shrink this a little bit when we do. Our opponent has gained so much life in this game. It's kind of ridiculous. Off of their black splashed Scrounger of Souls. And Wayward Servant. Their mana seems very... not great. Although they do have the one Gifts of Paradise, which helps. Yes, please, block. Okay. Oh, good. Great. I think we're pretty much dead. Our opponent's just going to zombie us to death now. Most likely, at least. Okay. I guess we play him. I'd also make my Marauding Bone Slasher able to block, which isn't a bad thing. But if my opponent plays a zombie here, taps my Bitterbow Sharpshooter, I am all but dead. They could probably even just cast their unconventional tactics twice if they do that. Too bad my Ruin Rat hasn't died when unconventional tactics was in the graveyard. I think I'm just going to take it. Well, then I'm dead to any Wayward Servant trigger, but... Ah, okay, now we're just dead. Appeal to Authority. Yeah. We are done. Our opponent has an interesting deck, but they definitely destroyed us that game. No. Graven Abomination is just bad, even though it hates on the graveyard. We have one main board card that hates on two, actually, although this one's not very good because my opponent would just keep unconventional tactics, obviously. Where have you guys been? My 2 lethal stings. I haven't seen Cartouche of Strength either. I've seen Ambuscade a couple times. And I haven't seen Grind to Dust. So that would be good if we could get some of our removal in this game. Okay. Well, I get this all the time too, but it's never really gone off for me. It's been really disappointing. I mean, it's definitely a good card. We just haven't had it in the right situations. So this hand, no green mana. I think we have to mulligan it. Okay, this one's reasonable. And I would like to draw a third land. Turn 2 Stalwart, turn 3 Hooded Brawler is a pretty nice start. Two of the best exerters in the format, so that's good. Of course, our opponent has one too. Okay. Drop our opponent to 17. Play Hooded Brawler in my turn. If he attacks, I think I just take it. He's not going to exert his guy, doesn't need to. So yeah, I will just take it. All right, doing some fixing. We don't need to exert our brawler now. Maybe we hold on to our cartouche, although my opponent is tapped out right now, and that is worth something. There's a pretty good chance they tap out again. They play like their 5-drop guy who has lifelink, and we can just kill it with Cartouche of Strength. Although we have to exert our brawler first for that to work. But that could that's not impossible. So yeah, we're just gonna attack, no exertion. And play Bone Slasher. We could also use the Bone Slasher to kill it, actually, which would just kill it. Okay, Sentinel. So they did tap out. Well, basically all my creatures can tack through this. He could double block Hooded Brawler, I guess, if I exert it, but I think I'm probably fine with that. And this can't be blocked, and this would kill them in combat. One of them, anyway. So I think I could also just play the Cartouche on this to kill that, and then exert it so that this can't block, and then my other guys can attack without dying. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, so Cartouche of Strength. And what do we kill? I guess the Stalwart, probably. Yeah. Stalwart on Stalwart. So I'm going to exert both of these and attack with him. So we hit for 7 at worst. Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening. And next turn we can play our sharpshooters. Well, that's going to be annoying. And it works pretty well here because I've just exerted 2 creatures. That is also not great news. Alright. Crap. Amit Eternal is going to get in. We're not going to be able to do anything about it. We could kill Fanbearer. But I don't think that's worth it at this point. I'm just going to play Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Which does mean I can just use it to block the Amit Eternal, but he'll probably tap down my Bitterbow Sharpshooters and then attack me. That seems likely. Our opponent is playing so many black cards, and they've only ever had like 1 swamp in play. And they're beating us, you know. Maybe not this game, but they still could beat us in this game. These guys do get to untap in a second, though. Which is nice. Ambuscade's a good thing to have in our hand, though, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it'll do some work. It'll kill something. Scrounger of Souls. Sure. Well, they didn't leave mana up, which is kind of nuts. I feel like. So I ambuscade probably the Amit. Yeah. Yep, that's what I do, because then the best he can do is double block. Yeah. So we're going to ambuscade here and kill the Amit. I guess I would have shrunk it to 3/3. I kind of keep forgetting about that. So it might have been worth it to kill the Scrounger instead. Yeah, it would have been worth it to kill the Amit instead, because then this could attack. And this would be a 3... This would be gone, so... Ambuscade is like this a lot. I feel like we've gotten it like every game. No lethal stings, though, still. Should be nice. They combo pretty well with Soul Stinger, too. Alright. So he can double block to kill this, and he can't double block this. He can also double block and kill the Sharpshooters. None of those are real appealing options. Because losing Fanbearer and losing both of their creatures, definitely they would lose the game. Okay, he is going for the double block. Opponent drops to 2. And we'll end our turn. Uh-oh. What are they playing? I'd be cool with nothing. That'd be cool. Oh, God. Oh, that's all. Okay. We win then. More or less. I think we do just win. Our opponent might have I can't imagine what they would have, but we'll attack both of these. We have Soul Stinger too, so... yeah, that's it. All right, we won game 2. It's been rather grindy. Do I actually want Dune Beetle more than I want Watchers of the Dead in this matchup? I forgot that was in our sideboard. There's a Scarab Feast, which isn't terrible against the unconventional tactics strategy. And you can cycle it if nothing else. But I also have Wander of Death, but I think we're fine. We keep getting our Painted Bluffs, which is our only white source, but then we don't draw Grind to Dust, so it's been sad. I mean, I'm probably not going to get to cast the Dust half at all. We've just been lucky so far to get our white mana, but I haven't also drawn it. So drawing those 2 cards specifically, my chances can't be that high, you know? This is not the fastest hand. We also don't have black mana, but I think I still keep it. We're probably going to cycle that desert. So we have that to do on turn 2, if nothing else. Hey, Lethal Sting. I'm going to get it now and not be able to cast it the whole game. I can feel it. We weirdly haven't seen Harrier Naga either. We have 2 Lethal Stings and 2 Harrier Nagas. This is the first game we've seen either of them. That's gross. Hey, Swamp. I guess we play it. An early run as a Stalwart is not usually good news. It went a long way to helping us win our last game. Yeah, we're definitely cycling this desert. Okay. All right. Opponent is playing some stuff. All right, another Swamp. And Ambuscade. Our one real friend here. I'm going to play Harrier Naga. If my opponent plays a zombie, I'm obviously in some trouble. They haven't they don't have a ton of zombies, so we have that going, I guess. The Sandwalla can pump and trade. I can block this, and he has to exert this to trade. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna trade with Ronus' Stalwart here. Is it better to trade for this because it at least makes my opponent pump some mana into it this turn? It might be better to trade for that, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. We paid the same amount of mana overall for each of these once he pumps it into it, and it means he can do a little less in his second main phase. Yeah. All right. Sidewinder Naga it is. Another Desert to cycle, most likely. Probably just play our Sharpshooters next turn, though. They are quite large, and I think that's a little bit better than playing Ambuscade or Lethal Sting or cycling or something. All right, gaining some life, getting some black mana. I am kind of tempted to trade with Binding Mummy just because it is such a freaking problem. Like, it causes so many issues. So I think I might actually trade with it. I think I will. Yeah. I am happy with that. Okay, now we play our big guy. Could put Lethal Sting counters on him. That's the one dangerous thing about our trading is if we don't have a creature, Lethal Sting does nothing. So we've got Ambuscade too, and another Desert to cycle. Okay, well, we can kill it, so I'm not ultra concerned. Our Ambuscade can take it down, obviously. Okay. Alright, and then we just attack, I think. We have Gift of Strength, or, you know, if our opponent has like Mighty Leap or something, we can just push through and get a 2-for-1. Or their own Gift of Strength too. Yeah, I'll just end my turn. I will cycle this land at the end of my opponent's turn. Leaving mana up for Gift of Strength seems worth it. I think. That is a large spider. How about that? Well, we can bust through that with Gift of Strength too. That's why I love Gift of Strength. It's so easy to get 2-for-1s with. A +3/+3 boost is no joke. So cycle Desert, Ruin Rat. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna attack. Feel like they're gonna want to double block. That's what I would do in this situation. I mean, you know that there's a chance you get blown out, but if you can't kill this thing, then you're in for some trouble. And yeah, sometimes you just have to do it. I think I'm actually going to play the Bone Slasher because it presents more damage to our opponent in the immediate future. You can also put counters on it and not feel bad about it with Lethal Sting. I'd rather keep my Sharpshooter 4/4 if I can. Must be nice to get the perfect draw, they say. Yeah, I don't know about this being a perfect draw. This is a pretty good one. So do we just Lethal Sting that out of the way? Well, now I just think we play another Sharpshooters. I probably would have, but let's attack with both. Combat tricks blow you out all the time. I mean, you don't have to have a perfect draw to get them either. That's just how it is. Opponent's trying to slow me down by trading, but we're going to play another Sharpshooters. These things have really overperformed. I mean, they're not incredible by any stretch. I think I gave them a C in my limited review, and I'd say they're like a C+ now. So, you know, they've improved. Not drastically, but they've improved. See if there's any more saltiness. The goods just keep coming. Yeah, it happens. It happens to all of us, unfortunately. Hey, grind to dust. How about that? So there's enough sweepers in this format that I don't really want to play my Kudu on this board. Granted, is there only one in my opponent's colors? I guess there's only one, but I think we still let our opponent find a way to stop us here. Because even if they play a creature, we can lethal sting it, maybe grind it even. So... yeah, we'll be lethal stinging that. He's going to be mad I have lethal sting in my hand too. Both of them now. Yeah, he's going to be really mad. I haven't drawn it all day, man. I haven't drawn it all day. We played 3 games and I didn't draw it till now. I have 2 of them. Yeah, I have a feeling he's typing right now. I mean, we all get salty when these things happen to us where our opponent just seems to always have the answer to whatever we're trying to do, and, you know, it's pretty normal. Well, that's not too mean. Some people get real angry. He's being fairly, tame. I will see you guys in the next match. Hopefully we can go 2-1, which is basically what I do every draft this format, it feels like. Alright, I think we would like to play first. And this is a good hand. It would be great to get some more lands, but we will. We have a 2-drop and a bunch of 3s. And we have our desert with our Naga. We will be playing that one. Traveler's Amulet, so opponent looking for some fixing. Well, they have some fixing. I could have played the land tap there just so I could play Hooded Brawler on turn 3, but I think playing a 2 is probably worth it, especially because my opponent's probably going to spin their wheels a little bit here and sack their Amulet. They might not, though. They might play a 2-drop and sack the Amulet later, I guess. Why don't you get +1/+0 for each desert? Well, it looks like they're doing that. They may have had 1 land in their opener. Yeah, it looks that way. Okay, so we're not going to get to play anything this turn. I don't think we want to cycle the desert when we really need the 3rd land. I mean, yeah, playing Hooded Brawler on turn 3 instead of turn 4 makes a big difference, but could be worse. Okay, opponent cycles. Probably a control-y deck of one kind or another, or maybe a blue-green ramp deck, which are kind of dirtily control-y decks. It can be anyway. The Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. That's fun. I think we play the Brawler. We attack too, by the way, because we have Afflict, so we have no problem with getting blocked here. We still get to do 1 damage. That card would be a good card in most formats, and I've played it and it's been fine when I've had several deserts and I'm in a control deck, but in this format where there's Afflict and Exert and lots of weird evasion like the Ronis' Stalwart has, it gets to be a lot worse than it would otherwise be. because it just can't stop a lot of creatures entirely. Like, you know, it's making this do 1 less damage. Doesn't really seem worth it. Sidewinder Naga. Okay. I mean, not Sidewinder, Harrier. So I'm going to attack with my Hooded Brawler and exert it. Alright, we do 5. I think we play our Sidewinder Naga now, since it can attack through the wall. Opponent has so much cycling. I wonder if they have the sarcophagus. I haven't seen someone pull that off just yet, and I haven't done it, but I really want to. The abandoned sarcophagus deck. This is looking like it could be one. Casting these out of your graveyard in the late game after you cycle them would be pretty messed up. Shimmer Scale. Okay. Well, I think we attack with the Naga. We're fine with trading with either of these cards, so... We could also use Lethal Sting, but it's not really worth it right here, I don't think. Nah. So yeah, we'll attack with Sidewinder here. Right, so we'll trample for 1 and kill the other Naga. So I think with the Kudu, I'd probably put the counter here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Opponent doesn't have a desert yet, so this only becomes worth it, I feel like, once you get deserts in play. And it can actually win games. I mean, I've done 7 or 8 damage with it before in a control deck. But like I said, you definitely have matchups, like, it's so bad against Ronus' Stalwart. It feels so terrible when you're like, okay, good, I have a blocker, all right. And then they're just like, Ronus' Stalwart. And you're like, oh. So I think we're probably going to Lethal Sting and kill our Kenra Internal here so that these can both attack. And what I'll be killing is probably this. Yeah, we'll kill Shimmer Scale Drake. Yeah, that's still our plan. Okay, so we're gonna go Lethal Sting on Drake. Put a -1/-1 counter here. And we're going to exert Hooded Brawler. I could attack with the Kudu too, I guess. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I figured that's what would happen there, and it is. Drop our opponent to 6. And play Stalwart. They may have Drakehaven too, which would be a big problem. Oh, River Hoopo. I still haven't gotten to play with that card. It's like my favorite card in the set, both because of the art, which I'm going to buy a print of in the near future, and I just love blue-green, and I haven't gotten to play it at all, really. The one time I drafted River Hoopo early, I ended up not being in blue-green, and it was like, okay. Wish I could get rid of this somehow, because if I exert this, that's the only thing that can block it. But I guess we're just going to play some guys here. Although, honestly, I guess attacking is probably not a bad plan here. Yeah, let's do it. He has to trade that thing or take 3, so... Because these two can't block it. Yeah, he's going to trade. And we're going to go a little bit wider. So our opponent, this card's great if our opponent can make it go later, but they would have to tap all their mana to use it right now, and that's not really something they can afford to do. Although having a counterspell there works out for them pretty well. Pretty well indeed. Okay, well, it's going to be hard for our opponent to survive now, I think. I think I attack with these three. I think I even exert. And then Gift of Strength will be enough to kill them in most situations here. If they have Unsummon or something, not so much. Obviously, they'll get a 2-for-1 on me, so we may want to think about that. Okay, well, I'd say we go for it. See if our opponent can stop this. We can just recast it if they have Unsummon. It's not the end of the world. We're dropping our opponent to 5 still, so this will still be lethal next turn. And we're not losing any creatures, so yeah. It was, even though they could Unsummon us and take away our Gift of Strength, it wasn't a big deal, given the board state. So this matchup does have the potential to be a grindier one, which makes Wandered Death a little more appealing. Scarab Feast doesn't seem bad either, but we didn't really see, other than Countervailing Winds, we didn't see a lot going on in the graveyard. This is actually good against Countervailing Winds. There's not, I guess it's good against all of the instant and sorcery-loving creatures too. But against most graveyard stuff in this format, it's just not very good. Unless your opponent somehow has like 7 cards in the graveyard with Embalm, then it gets to be okay. Alright, well I think this is another keep. We're on the draw. We need black mana, but we've got some nice stuff going on. We finally have Obelisk Spider and some of our other cards that make -1/-1 counters. How about that? So we have a couple more shots at drawing the swamp. We would like to play this on turn 3. Crap. We have one more turn. I mean, if we draw a forest now, it's okay too, I guess. We'll play our Watchers. They can ping us with this game because they played a desert right away. Alright, well, I'm going to attack. Should my opponent choose to block, I don't really care. And if they're afraid to block because of Gift of Strength, I'm fine with getting in for 2. No, they're not afraid. They really shouldn't be. If I gave up Gift of Strength to take down a wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, that would be pretty bad. So I'm going to play a Naga. Cycling away. I feel like they have to have that Sarcophagus, man. Like, with all the creatures with cycling they have, it just feels that way. They're off. They don't have any green, which obviously isn't great for them. Okay. I'm gonna attack with both of these. Oh, Reed Stalker, you're gonna kill my poor Watchers of the Dead. Why you gotta be like that? I'm glad I have this spider in my hand. Yeah, alright. It's a little worried you might have Countervailing Winds, yeah, but obviously they don't. I mean, they might, but they can't cast it right now. So these are going to drain our opponent for 1. Added bonus. All 3 of these, actually. The Kudus are probably just going to put the counters on themselves, but we'll see. A 3/4 Kudu would be nice, I guess. It can attack through the Reed Stalker. So there's that. I might just want to attack with the spider. Well, probably not. If Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs was all he had, I guess I would. I think we just attack again. I'm not really thinking it's going to accomplish anything, but there's no reason not to do it. I can't block his only creature that might attack me. He doesn't have any spells that only deal with attackers, and if he chooses not to block because he's worried I have a trick, I'm fine with that too. So, all right. So, I guess I just play another Harrier Naga right now, actually. And hold on to these guys for later. If my opponent plays like Unquenchable Thirst on one of these, then it's, you know, an easier decision about my Kudus. They got their green mana, which I'm sure they're happy about. Okay. I was complaining about not getting lethal stings. Now I might have too many of them in my hand. All right, we did some damage. I think playing these as 2/3s is fine for now. I guess I should bluff a few more things and leave that up. So this will drop our opponent to 16, and we'll go up to 18. All right, we'll end our turn. I guess maybe making one a 1/2 and having a 3/4, the other one be a 3/4 isn't too bad. I don't really want to put counters on the spider. Like, it seems like sort of a good idea, but the spider only puts -1/-1 counters on other creatures when it does combat damage. So it doesn't appeal to me a whole lot. I'd like, you know, the spider is holding back this Reed Stalker. The spider, if the Reed Stalker goes away, the spider can attack, and maybe it just gets in for 1, but my opponent, it's almost like Afflict, basically. Like, if my opponent blocks it, he's going to take some damage. It's like Afflict with... that drains your opponent, sort of. Okay, so say we attack with all our guys who aren't our spider again. Yep, you can block that. Drop our opponent to 13. I'm going to play Kudu. Countervailing Winds isn't very good for our opponent right here. They don't have a bunch of cards in their graveyard. I could play Ruin Rat here, and my opponent might counter it, but I'd rather they counter that than a Lethal Sting, so let's just do it. Nope, no Countervailing Winds. We might get to a point where it's worth attacking with the spider, but my opponent's just not going to block it. I'll just take 1. Okay. What are you going to kill? One of my Harrier Nagas, I guess. Yeah, that's what's happening. Can't attack, though. Not really. All right. So we need to cast Lethal Sting now. Maybe I do use it on my spider. I think I probably do, unfortunately. Yeah. No. No, I don't. I'm going to make him a 2/2. Drops our opponent to 11. Now we do attack with everything. Alright. Drops our opponent to 5. We'll play a land and we'll end our turn. Now, they cycled Countervailing Winds. That means they know they have to find something here or they're just dead. Since they don't want to hold it up against like a Lethal Sting or something. might be a striped river winder, which we will not be able to lethal sting. It's not technically, but they basically got one back. Okay. That's so gross. Oh, God. Yeah, that's going to slow us down for sure. I'm just going to attack with my Ruin Rat. I'm fine with trading with any of those things. Guess I should have cast... used my Watchers of the Dead ability. Although, when it was in there... My opponent only had like one card in their graveyard, so it wouldn't have mattered. Alright. Opponent's down to 4. We can drop them to 3 with Lethal Sting. Oh, good. Another wall of Forgotten freaking Pharaohs, man. That's what I needed. Yeah, a cycling deck that has Hour of Eternity is pretty nice. You can copy your hippos. He wanted hexproof more and flying more, apparently. But, yeah, I mean, a 4/4 trample, I guess, isn't the greatest thing. Opponent has 4 blockers. We have 6 attackers. But my Obelisk Spider can't really attack if I want Lethal Sting to do the damage that would be necessary for me to kill my opponent. So yeah. I think I'm going to put it here. It's my worst creature now. Oh, choose target creature. And put the counter here. So that gets a blocker out of the way. Puts our opponent down to 3. So if I attack with everything here, he'll have to take at least 1 from this. If he blocks this, he'll have to take 1 from it, and then the rest will just kill him. I think we want to attack with everything. It's a little risky. Our opponent could have Gale Strike or Unsummon, but I think it's probably worth it. Pseudo Afflict here, and Afflict here is making a big difference. You know, when your opponent's down to 3, it does that. If they don't have a bounce spell, they're just dead to combat damage. I mean, they'll take 3 no matter what. If they don't have a bounce spell or an ambuscade, it doesn't have to be a bounce spell. It has to be an instant, but it doesn't have to be a bounce spell. They seem to be thinking about something, though. Why would you block the 1/1 instead of this? I guess that's probably going to block this, but you still take 3 if you do that. Yeah, it's not an easy... I'm guessing they have something in their hand. Otherwise, this wouldn't be worth thinking about. So, I mean, they would just be dead. Because 3 gets through no matter how they block. So they must have a way... They must be able to unsummon or Gale Strike one of my creatures that they don't block. Or maybe they haven't taken Afflict and the Obelisk Spider into account. I don't know. So yeah, that's still 3 damage. It's 4 actually. Must have something. Yeah, they got something. Ambuscade. Yeah, I said that would work. And it does. So we drop our opponent to 1 now. Which means the spider doing anything kills them still. So they still got to do some work to not die here. And that'll do it. Well, no, yeah, it will. Unless I draw a card with -1/-1 counter stuff going on. It's going to have to block my Ruin Rat at least. No, that doesn't really do anything right here. Go Ruin Rat. Alright. You show that Ruin Rat. I say... Let's get rid of Rampaging Hippo. And... I guess I could have used Ruin Rat with Ambuscade to kill one of these walls, which probably would have been good. So if my opponent passes their turn... Oh no, I can't kill anything with Ambuscade. What am I talking about? Yeah, they're digging for a way out of this. Which isn't great for us, but... How many more cards with -1/-1 counters are in our deck? That might be it, really. Oh, we have Grind somewhere in our deck. But I think that's pretty much it. 2 Lethal Stings, 2 Ornery Kudus, and our Spider and our Grind. This is when it's nice that I've only drawn 1 desert, because I will like cycle away happily any Desert of the Indomitable I draw right now, which will get us deeper into our deck to find us a way to inflict 1 more damage on our opponent. We do have another Kenra Eternal in our deck, so that's a thing. Uh-oh. Another Riverwinder, okay. Alright, that's not bad. I can attack with it and use Ambuscade to kill one of these and kill the Riverwinder in combat, so not bad at all. Those Sharpshooters have maybe been the MVP of our deck, actually. They're up there. We never drew Grind to Dust, or when we had it in like an opening hand, we had to mulligan, so. Aggressive, okay. I'm just gonna take that. Hippo, what? That's not good. Can't punch through that. There's our Painted Bluffs. Crap. Alright. We end our turn, unfortunately. Opponent may pull their way out of this one. These Pharaohs, man, they're tearing me up now that my opponent has their desert. I wouldn't mind the Riverwinder attacking here because I could block, kill this, and use Ambuscade to kill one of them. Won't be able to kill the Hippo, but yeah, we're in trouble because the Hippo alone represents so much damage that I don't really want to deal with. Okay. Alright, I'm cool with that, I guess. Okay, speaking of cycling, go away. Darn. And we'll end our turn. They're just going to try to kill us with their Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, which they're 1 turn away from doing, so yeah. Once you get those deserts in play, they can just win you games, and that's what's going to happen here, it looks like. They might just be able to attack here and put me in a situation where I'm just, like, dead. No. So they're going to have to wait until their turn. Can we draw grind or something else with a -1/-1 counter? No. So we're dead. Because they'll untap and kill us with Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. Alright. Well, that wasn't awesome. Where's our artifact hate? Don't have any. I think I do want Wander in Death. This matchup seems super grindy. Got like Bone Slasher. Oh, we had Soul Stinger in our deck too. So we had Soul Stinger and Grind to Dust. That could have won us the game. Second Kenra Eternal would have gotten pretty close. But yeah, we'll cut a Bone Slasher for Wander in Death. Yeah. Would have been great there. Would have got, you know, in a grindy game like that where they like use removal on your guys and then you get back 2 for only 1 card. It's pretty great. Okay, we got Grind in our hand. We have two 2/drops and an Ambuscade. I'm on board. We don't have the white mana yet, but we don't have to have it early. This has been a long draft. All of my matches have taken a very long time. Which is kind of how I like it, honestly. So, I think we play the Kenra. So if our opponent has like a ton of creatures in their graveyard, it's good to keep in mind Watchers of the Dead, incidentally. That we can actually use its ability. Okay, there's a Soul Stinger. I shall attack. Do some afflicting. And I will play Watchers of the Dead. Okay. Soul Stinger, huh? I think I probably just want to ambuscade this and attack with both my creatures. Do I want to do it here? I think I do want to do it here because then this has afflict. He won't be able to block this and I'll get in for 4. If I do it here... Yeah, I get in for 4 this way and 3 the other way, so. If he blocked, he may actually not block at all. Yeah, that makes sense. So drop them to 15. We've got Soul Stinger and Grind, both of which are going to be pretty good, I think. Okay, I think I probably played a Stinger. Got something for me. Reed Stalker, okay. We'll be able to use Grind to finish it off. That's probably what I'll do, because I'll block it, and then we can grind both of these. Grinding that doesn't feel great, but grinding that will feel pretty good. Oh, I can kill both of them. But they're going to draw a card, so it's not going to be as good, but it'll be okay. I don't love that they're drawing a card, but it could be worse. They're a Ruin Rat. I don't know that we'll ever want to cast the Dust Half. I guess if our Spider puts -1/-1 counters on things, we might want to. That's about it. Freaking River Hoopoe again. Wow. That River Hoopoe is angry. I guess we're going to exile it. Oh, too late. Could have made a little bit of a difference. So I think we attack with Ruin Rat. Question is, do I play a 4/5 Soul Stinger? Is that going to be worth it? Kind of doubt it. But it might be. Yeah, let's play the Stinger. Put the counters on him. freaking River Hoopo. Life gain. Oh, well, okay. Would have been nice to draw it a turn earlier, but, you know, what are you going to do? They could have another Reed Stalker, I guess. Take one. Ugh. My opponent's going to draw a card and gain some life, which I'm not excited about. There, I would love to be doing that myself. Freaking River Hoopo. My God. Okay. That's not great news. We're going to put the counter on our Soul Stinger since it's sort of a combo. And yeah, let's just play our Kenra Eternal as well. Yeah. Oh, I guess if I Soul Sting or something, it'll have counters on it, and I could use Dust on it later. If I leave the Ruin Rat back, my opponent can't really attack me. Well, yeah, no, they can't. I could attack, and maybe he blocks with the River Hoopo, which wouldn't be bad news for us, but wouldn't be great news for us either. Hippo time. And we'll end our turn. I think that last game was our best opportunity to shut this down, and we didn't, so it's not looking good. Freaking River Hoopo is going to draw him so many cards and gain him so much life. It is frustrating. This can't actually kill anything right now either. My opponent's board is that silly. Yeah, let's play another Harrier Naga. I just had Overcome right now. I don't even have it in my deck, so don't think I'll be drawing it. Yeah, I think we're gonna get outvalued here by River Hoopo. Seems very likely. Wow, the double wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. No desert, though. So. We'll just end our turn. It's not good. Okay, now the walls can ping me. He didn't do it there, though. I'm okay with that, I guess. Look how many extra cards they've drawn compared to us. It's hard to win when that happens. Ambuscade. Come on. It's not cool. My poor spider. Yeah, now that can attack. Great. Great, 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 great. Awesome. Yeah, I think we're losing. I think we're going to end up going 1 and 2, which I haven't done a lot of in this format, but this one was a fun draft. I mean, our games were really grindy and fun, which is, for me, the hallmark of a fun draft format. I'm not a huge fan of super aggressive decks and aggro like we had in Triple Amonkhet, so this is nice. Would have been nice, you know, to win more than I lost, but it's not over yet. It's just basically over, you know. Yep. I need to draft a blue-green deck. Like, every time I play against someone with it, even if I manage to beat them and they're like River Hoopoing it up, I am so jealous. In this case, I'm not going to manage to beat them. We're dead next turn. Lethal Sting won't even save us. 2 Lethal Stings might. Oh, another River Hoopoe. Great. Yeah, we're done. All right. Well, you know, I finished 1 and 2. It was a fun draft, though, and that's really what matters. So thanks for watching. Don't forget my content's sponsored by 5colorcombo.com, a great website for all things Magic. They have an app where you can practice drafting, and they also have a store where you can use my discount code NITSAHONE5 for a 5% discount. Thanks for watching.